So what you guys heard there was Donald Trump being booed and jeered at the World Series game between the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals. This is a great World Series, two strong teams, tied 2-2, exciting and all that, but the story's not going to be what happened on the field, but what happened to Donald Trump. In one clip, you see the fans joining together to cheer on the American troops, and then the screen flashes to Trump, and the boos rain down, and then they flash back to the troops, and the cheers rise up again. Unmistakably, people respect the troops, but they don't have a lot of love for the President of the United States. But even more on the nose was the second clip, where fans across the stadium are chanting, "Lock him up, lock him up, lock him up," which is one, a reference to the many crimes the president is alleged to have committed, and two, is a sort of turnaround on his people's chants of lock her up, lock her up, lock her up, referring to Hillary Clinton throughout the 2016 presidential election, and in some cases, even since then, to some of Trump's other political opponents. So the irony here is delicious. This is supposed to be a moment for Trump to be celebrated alongside the American classic. The World Series for so long has been emblematic of like a fall pastime tradition for the United States that brought together Americans of all regions and of all parties. And in this moment, the president, the representation of America in personified form, is being booed on the biggest stage of America's historical pastime. And Trump deserves nothing less. Trump deserves every bit of this. Donald Trump has used his office to commit crimes. Donald Trump has used his office to curry personal favors. Donald Trump has used his office to enrich himself and his family. Donald Trump has used his office to attack political opponents. And none of this is me defending Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton. I'm not fans of those people either, if I'm being honest. But the reality is that for all the things Donald Trump has accused his enemies of, corruption, criminality, injustice, blah, 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 Donald Trump is guilty of more and then some. And so in this moment, regular Americans, not representing any one political party, join together to boo their president and turn about his famous chant on him. Lock him up, lock him up, lock him up. Donald Trump deserved that tonight. It was a beautiful moment, and it was very clear. Those baseball fans could not have been any clearer, guys. They love America. They love the fall pastime. They love what it represents. They even love the troops, and they love what they've done and what they represent. Look, that's beautiful, but Donald Trump is not a part of that. Donald Trump doesn't get to bask in the reflected glory of America's pastime, and he doesn't get to bask in the reflected honor and glory of the people who serve their country. Donald Trump doesn't deserve any of that. Donald Trump's contribution to American society has been one multi-generational piece of fraud, and it's catching up to him now like never before. The people are turning on him. They're recognizing that if any politician is a criminal, if any one politician is a criminal in Washington, it's likely him and people who associate with him. Donald Trump is crooked. Donald Trump has committed crimes. Donald Trump has abused his office. Donald Trump needs to be impeached. And he has no right to expect, when he shows up to events like this, to be treated with kid gloves. Americans are, if anything, honest with regard to how they view their elected officials. And in this case, Americans have not bent from that. They are being honest. They want Donald Trump locked up. They think he's corrupt. They think he has no business at America's fall pastime. And they think he has no business being compared and even being associated to people who put their lives on the line for their country. Donald Trump has always taken from America. He's never given anything to that country. He's never given anything to any country, but he's never given anything to America. And so to be associated with hardworking troops, even if you didn't agree with all the wars they've participated in, hardworking American troops who've given a lot for their country, to be compared to this president, this grifter of a president, this fraud of a president, this corrupt president, is insulting to people. And that's why the boos rain down. So guys, it's always exciting to watch a World Series game, especially when the series is close and the games have been exciting. but my goodness, was this not the cherry on top of an already fantastic cake?